Hello there. My name is Stevis Brevis, and you probably know, and you probably don't know me. You probably do. Probably know me just for CHRONOGON. This was a game I worked on with Gummy Leeches. It was for the Mini Jam 112. The theme was Chrono, and the limitation was there are only 3 buttons. And yeah, that's the best I can say about the, anyways, this is a developer commentary, meaning that you'll get to hear not only what I have to say about the game, but also some of its development. So, yeah, might as well get right into it. Okay, so one interesting thing to note is that the voice you hear in this game, that's actually something from a Microsoft Sam website. We more or less just nicked it off there, just for the jam. Honestly, there's a bit of charm to using Microsoft Sam, though. So I might as well take a moment to mention the most obvious part, which is that this game used to have an older version of the clock. The clock used to be a little cruder. Well, well, everything in the center was the circles are pretty much the same between them, but the numbers are very different. So, another fun fact. The game used to have a different song. Originally, Boom wasn't the one wasn't the one that had made the music initially. Initially, we were using a placeholder song. We were using boss fight, The Maze of Mayonnaise. It's a pretty good song. You've probably heard it in Open Hexagon. In one of my favorite stages, Second Dimension. It also still is kind of remaining in the final game. The clock hand and ticks. The clock hand usually will, at its earliest, always tick when the beat drops. When the thing drop. When the beat kicks in. So the penetration bit on the bolt on the player's bullet, that was kind of just an accident. It was more so that I just liked the player having, but it was just kept in because if anything, if you've played this game for a few seconds, you'll know how absolutely satisfying it is to hit 2 enemies at once. Let's see here. Another thing, the ranking system was kind of my brainchild. Actually, a few of the game mechanics were my brainchild. Specifically, this kind of Tempest-esque gameplay. That was actually one of my ideas. Was to make the game kind of like Tempest. The clock hand was also kind of my idea. Mostly just so that way we could reinforce the idea that this was a clock you were spinning around. But the gimmick was more or less just a random thought, which was just, man, it'd be pretty cool if the clock hand could just extend and kill you. And more or less the idea stuck. So, Also, another thing, I was actually skeptical of using the name CHRONOGON. You see, I don't exactly always like imitating names of games, and CHRONOGON felt like it was sort of borderlining on imitating the Super Hexagon's name, especially the Flash version. Originally, Super Hexagon was named Hexagon, and I felt that it was bridging. I felt that it was going borderline there. So one of my past gripes with this game is that it's a bit laggy. It's not very well optimized. Basically, if you've played the game for a few minutes, you'll probably know how absolute crap the performance is later on. Oh! Look at that, I've done the impossible. I've actually reached the loop of the song. I remember there was a bug in an older version where, the song wouldn't loop. That was just because Gummy forgot to put in a forever loop. Yeah, as you can see, there's a whole lot of enemies. This is more or less the difficulty curve. We're making an arcade game. This is how difficulty curves usually are. Luckily, it's not like other games where the more enemies equals more fun thing is actually false, because in this game, more enemies does equal more fun because of the fact that it's stupid satisfying to penetrate enemies with your bullet. That just sounded dirty. That did not mean to come off the way it did. I think this might actually be X-rank level territory. I was always pretty good at this game compared to Gummy. He wasn't even able to hit S. He wasn't able to even hit S. Shoot. That's another one of my gripes. If you're hammering down the spacebar, you'll always end up with a... You'll always end up not seeing your score at the end of... nor your rank. But that has got to be X rank. Right, so, I might as well kind of go over how the rank system works. Basically, the main thing is, if you get over 60 seconds, you get more rank. And then it takes your score into account. And the reason we had made a X rank so difficult is just because it would just be the absolute highest peak of the player for the player. There you go. Well, there's one thing. This game was incredibly fun to make. And if anything, I do appreciate you all probably taking time out of your day to watch me talk about the development of a game that probably nobody knows about. I do hope to finish what we started and give this game some proper TLC. As you've probably noticed, the original page is named CHRONOGON Classic. because there is an update coming, and it's probably going to require a whole new page. Mostly because I think it's one of the mini jam rules that you're supposed to keep the original jam version. So yeah, that's Chronogon for you.